Hello, Girl Scouts Camp CEO. I'm honored to be one of your speakers for this session. I'm Dr. Maria Malayter, and I'm a professor at the Chicago School of Business Psychology. I'm with you virtually because I'm currently studying business and culture in China with 15 graduate students. If you would like to reach out to me, you can always find me at drmaria.com. When I'm not working, I spend a lot of time volunteering. I volunteer for my church, Alpha Sigma Alpha National Sorority, and the National Speakers Association of Illinois, where I serve on the board of directors. I have a lot of hobbies that keep me happy. So I love to do photography, yoga, and ride my bicycle. I ride about 1,000 miles per year. And yes, indeed, I do go out in the snow and rain. And it's really, really great. And I do it for exercise, take photographs, and also for mindfulness. It's great to be connected in nature. I would love for you to stay connected to me, so make sure to connect to me on LinkedIn. You can also connect to me on Instagram. That way you can see some of my great photos. In China, I'll be there from July 15th to July 27th. One of the main apps they connect on is called WeChat. So you can go ahead and find me on WeChat at DrMaria03 and follow some of my journey in China. I want to share with you one of my favorite quotes. Remember, life is short, and make sure to do what you love. And finally, remember, you are amazing. So I dare you to be awesome. And that will be our presentation today. As we load it up. I dare you to be awesome. And this will be a really great journey. So here's our overview. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a more in-depth introduction. And then we'll be looking at the world of living a life of balance, because we want you to be well. We're going to look at this through the lens of 6 wellness principles: occupational, physical, emotional, intellectual, social, and spiritual. So let's be awesome. Again, I'm Dr. Maria Malayter, and beyond being a professor, I am a professional speaker, founder of the Do What You Love Foundation, of the Our Savior Lutheran Church, an Alpha Sigma Alpha sorority volunteer on the board of directors for the Illinois National Speakers Association and Compassion International. I am a member and photographer of the Naperville Art League, the Burning Bush Gallery, and St. Thomas the Apostle Arts Ministry. I'm also an author with 4 books out actually, but these are 3 of my own. And I'm so happy to say that I just released my latest book called Navigating the Ride of Change, A Journey to Wellness and Healing. And it's super exciting for me because, again, I've got my bicycle there. So I dare you to be awesome. I'll start by telling you a little bit about my story. I was involved with junior achievement pretty heavily in high school. And in the Chicago area, it was very big. So they would hold local Chicago conferences, regional conferences, and national conferences. At these leadership conferences, we were met with many motivational speakers. And then, at times, those motivational speakers gave us books on leadership. So this was one of my first books and a key book to my life because it had me challenge my leadership skills and remember that I need to lead a balanced life. When I first started, I aspired to be a professional photojournalist, and I have an undergrad degree in photojournalism. However, there were twists and turns. So in my senior year of college, I had the opportunity to interview for a position as a leadership consultant for my national sorority. I traveled around the country and met with people at colleges and helped them develop their leadership skills, and also do organizational analysis and coaching to restructure organizations and continue to build women up in their leadership skills. After that, I continued on to my master's degree in organizational consulting, training, and development. This led to a career with the United States Navy as a contractor. I was the director of a health and wellness training program, which helped the sailors make good decisions around their health and wellness so they could get promoted easier. I had the opportunity along the way in my career to work for a Fortune 500 company, and it was there where I really got to see how big corporations worked, and also how my leadership style works within a corporation. Most recently, I came on as a full-time professor at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, and I teach in business psychology at the graduate level. I teach industrial and organizational psychology and organizational leadership. Along the way, I have only been successful by looking at and living a balanced life. So let's continue and let's be awesome. The first dimension of wellness that we'll look at is the occupational wellness principle. So let's be occupational awesome. When we think about this, we think about how our work brings us personal satisfaction. We look at how are we truly using our gifts, skills, and talents. We also tend to want to have work that's meaningful and rewarding. Now this all adds up when we align with our values, interests, and beliefs. When you convey your values and you are in alignment, your work position and career will be more gratifying to you because it gives you meaning and purpose. So take a moment and write down a few ideas about occupational awesome. Now this could be, maybe you want to learn another language because you think that would help you with your career. You may want to take a look at time management skills. These are all different choices and decisions that you can make to be occupationally awesome. The next wellness principle is physical awesome. So let's be physically awesome. So how do you take care of yourself physically? Naturally, you would think about nutrition, and you would think about exercise. You also might think about wellness awareness and safety. So maybe you're not taking as many risks or taking a look at things so you can stay physically well. Another aspect of this is taking care of stress management and making sure that you get enough sleep. When you're physically awesome, it leads to psychological benefits, self-esteem, self-control, determination, and a sense of direction. So let's pause for a moment and write down a few ideas about your own physical activity to be physically awesome. Let's look at our next wellness principle, which is the social awesome. So let's be socially awesome. When you're contributing to the environment and people, it's where you have better communication with others and you're living healthy relationships. You can enhance personal relationships, focus on really important friendships. This leads to amazing relationships in all environments: family, school, friends, clubs, and organizations. So take a moment and write down a few ideas about your social experiences. We want to live in harmony with others in the community. So maybe you'll think about what kind of community events you'd like to go to. What other people would you like to interact with? So let's be socially awesome. The next wellness principle is intellectual awesome. So let's be intellectually awesome. This is through using stimulating mental activities. We want to expand our knowledge and skills. We'll take a class or we'll try something new. We want to share gifts with others, so we kind of grow in different areas. We can focus on problem solving, creativity, and learning. It also goes back to having certain intellectual curiosity. In life, you want to know that you are going to be continually learning. So you want to lead your life with the idea of lifelong learning. Take a moment to write down a few ideas about your intelligence and what you might want to learn next. You can expand your mind with creative endeavors. So let's be intellectual awesome. The next wellness principle is spiritual awesome. So let's be spiritually awesome. This is where you're searching for meaning and purpose. It's when you navigate the negative and positive feelings. It also allows you to explore your values and beliefs that create your worldview. This leads to value creation and a sense of harmony. So take a moment to write down a few ideas about your values and spiritual experiences. When we pay attention to our spiritual self, it leads to a meaningful life that's aligned with our values. So let's be spiritual awesome. The next wellness principle is emotional awesome. So let's be emotionally awesome. This is when we have an awareness and acceptance of one's own feelings. It's where we have feelings of positive and enthusiasm about oneself and one life. Emotional awesome allows us the ability to cope with stress and build our resiliency skills. It has us express feelings freely and manage feelings effectively. When we work on this, it helps us to lead to ideas of knowing about our own locus of control, personal responsibility, and how to set healthy boundaries. So take a moment to write down a few ideas about your levels of emotionally awesome and emotional intelligence. When we are balancing life independently, but know the importance of seeking and appreciating the assistance of others, this is when we are emotionally awesome. So let's be emotional and awesome. So let's take a look at our overall wellness agenda. Take a look in a moment to reflect on all that you wrote down for each of the different wellness areas. What did you consider about the occupational wellness area? How about social? What about the physical? What can we look at for the intellectual wellness area? How about the spiritual area? And last, what did you write down about the emotional wellness idea? It's important to know what rejuvenates you as you relate to different wellness concepts. We have very busy lives today, so it's really important to take a look at what helps us feel better and restores our energy. So let's brainstorm for a little bit. What would happen if you started singing? Will that bring you restoration? How about if you spent some time in nature? Would that build your resiliency and reduce stress? What if you took a look at building your leadership skills through working on your own emotional intelligence? Maybe mindfulness is on your agenda. Of course, laughing is important. And not only laughing at yourself, but laughing with your friends and important people in your life. Maybe let's consider running for wellness agenda. And last, we can continue to explore ourselves on lots of levels occupationally, spiritually, looking at our values and finding meaning and purpose through volunteering. It's important to have a wellness agenda because when you make a plan, you plan to succeed. Take a step back, think about all these wellness topics, and think about what brings you energy, restoration, and at times relaxation. So remember, I always believe this, life is short, do what you love. I invite you to connect with me. Check out my website, connect on LinkedIn, follow me on Instagram, connect on WeChat, or connect on my Facebook pages at Doc Maria Inspires or Maria Malayter Photography to check out one of my wellness areas, which happens to be photography. So when we are living in total awesomeness, we live a life of balance. That makes us awesome. It helps us with decision making. It helps us stay well-rounded. We feel harmony, and it also builds resiliency. So what I learned about having a wellness agenda is that I need to be positive, set goals and work hard, take risks, and always do what you love. So I dare you to be totally awesome. Again, I dare you to be totally awesome.